Andrew here with Astro Trends, bringing you a Bitcoin update. If you're new to the channel, what we do here is combine astrological forecasting with traditional trend analysis to speculate on price movements in crypto and stock markets. So we've been spending the third day up here in the 40 range. I think last time we updated we were around here. Switch to the 4-hour view. Yeah, so we had pumped maybe to here and then pumped up a little more. So we're holding this support pretty well, kind of lingering here for longer than is comfortable. I think everybody's kind of waiting at this point for an abrupt move to the downside or upside. Though I think if we fell down, we'd probably find. I don't think we'd come all the way back here to the previous pump, but to our previous low. I think we'd probably find support around 38, if not 37, somewhere in this range. And then probably still move to the upside here. A lot of people are speculating about a attempt on this is the 200-day moving average. I've noticed people on Twitter talking about this. They've got like a, let's see here, they're using the just the straight moving averages, so that would put the 200 moving average at 42,000. If you take a look at the exponential moving average though, the 200 period is actually, we're already bouncing on it here. So I mean, I think I prefer the moving average over the exponential moving average. The difference is just a calculation, is in the calculation. The exponential moving average, I believe the primary difference is it weights each period. It weights the periods that are closer to the present. So, you know, like say these last 3 bars would play would be more highly weighted in the way the average is taken. But I just noticed that a lot of people this is kind of their target here to meet this 200 moving average, but I'm not sure if that's the legit target. Now, if it's adhering more to the exponential moving average, maybe our target would be the 50-day up here around 42. And if we did hit that, we probably would go over it a bit. So yeah, around maybe close to 43, whether we break through it or not. But it may also be, we may not be bouncing off of this exponential moving average. It may just be that this is a point of resistance as it is, even without that factor. Most likely it's both things. It's probably both that it is the significant EMA there and the resistance combined. But overall, I see us pushing through this price range and testing the 42, 43 area. That seems very likely, not financial advice. But we have the 20 and we have the 9 and the 20 down here. And I could honestly see this just going sideways, maybe moving down a little bit, but primarily sideways action until these moving averages catch up and push us further up. There's more and more talk about a continued or an extended bull market. That could be the case. Let's jump into the astrology and see if that can give us any indications. So let's look at right now, 6:15, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, actually pushing 10 o'clock right now. So the moon here is it's been almost exactly opposite Venus. Usually see good price action on that, though the moon alone won't necessarily move the price up or down significantly, but it is a good timer for if there's a broader, slower moving transit. The moon moves very quickly. So it's good for, timing things to the hour, half hour, 15 minutes even. But it's always only indicative in context, in the context of larger bodies or slower moving bodies. But at the moment we are moving away from Venus. Over the next 2 days we'll approach Saturn and conjunct it. Also taking a look at Mars, we mentioned that in the last update. It's been opposing Jupiter and more specifically Mercury here the last couple of days, and it actually at this time now has moved past, so it's a separating aspect. I don't see it playing a huge role in the coming days. Venus is also past its direct opposition with the Sun, but I think this is going to be our main indicator for the action we will be seeing over the next couple of days. So as the Moon separates from Venus and conjoins Saturn, I think that may be like the sideways action we'll see here for a day or two, or maybe even a slight pullback. I don't expect it to go below these moving averages, the 9 and the 20 down there. And as that's happening, Venus will now approach an opposition to Jupiter and to the Sun-Venus midpoint, as well as the Sun-Jupiter midpoint. So those are just, the midpoint zones are just highly active areas. Going by an exact degree configuration to a planet or between two planets, I think is highly significant. It's usually a good indicator, but especially with the Sun and Venus, time and time again you see price action off of their, maybe not to the degree of their midpoint, by midpoint just the the center distance between them, but in like a 10-degree range of their midpoint is usually some significant price action, sometimes more so than a configuration or an aspect directly to them. So I think that's the main astrological action or configuration to be paying attention to over the next couple of days. We also, a little bit further out, have the Sun approaching a Cancer ingress. And when it does so, it's going to be opposed, or it's going to quickly make an opposition to Pluto and Mars. Don't expect that to be good for price action. But looking back, things can always have an opposite effect, especially when you have Mercury retrograde in action. Things can kind of work in unexpected ways or in completely contrarian ways to what you'd normally expect. So I think that about wraps it up for everything that's especially active right now. We will be having Jupiter retrograde. It'll be stationing on the 18th, so in 3 days. But we'll catch you up on that in a couple days, because that may be significant for whether we see a bull run continuation, bull market continuation, or if we are officially transitioning into a bear market phase, possibly extended bear market phase. Not financial advice, as always, but if you found this video helpful or entertaining, please give a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates.